Hello and welcome to another Havoc Sons video. This is going to be a short little video. I just wanted to go over some things here. This right here is a Thermaltake armor case. I'm waiting for an adapter bracket to go in here. This is a retro machine. This is by no means to be a modern day system. I built this to be an outstanding retro gamer. It's running just a dual layer DVD. Nothing better than a dual layer DVD. And also just a regular burner down below. That's a zip drive. That's a 1.44 floppy. Those are hot swappable. Just in case someone wanted to put something in. This is kind of cool. This is a little tray. Put your stuff in. Kind of cool. I've got more LEDs coming. This will take 6 LEDs right now. I only had 2. When I first got this case, it had no lights in the fan, which sucked balls. So, of course, I had to do something about it. I'm going to move that wire to get it out of the way. Basically, what we're running here... Oh, and that's kind of a cool little setup. That blinking blue light there is actually connected to the thermal fan out option on this motherboard, which is kind of a cool little setup. So basically the way that fan works is when you see it blinking like that, that means it's running at a very cool temperature. When the fan starts to speed up, that blue blinking light will turn a solid blue, and that'll basically tell you that the inside of your case is getting warm. Look, I tried to burn this thing overnight. I used heavy load. I used just about everything I could. I could not. I overclocked the system, and it's running just a stock Intel CPU fan. I could not get that fan to speed up. So the airflow in this case is ridiculously good. So what do we have here? We have a socket 775 Intel quad-core 2 Extreme. It's the QX6700. It's the Kentsfield. It's a 2.6 gigahertz CPU. It has a 1066 front side bus. The motherboard that's cradling this CPU is an Intel D975XBX2. It's running a full 8 gigs of RAM, and that's really in there, I don't know, just for show. Because being a retro machine, it only has Windows XP Pro 32-bit. I mean, if you wanted to put in Windows 10, or any other operating device, it could handle it, no problem. So the 8 gigs of RAM are there just for that. It's a DDR2 RAM, running at 800 megahertz. The card is a 16 shader NVIDIA GeForce 8600 GT. It has about 912 frames per second. It's a 512 megabyte video card. I may upgrade that video card. Now it's running twin 80 gig Raptors rated to RAID 0, so it's got 148 gigabytes just about. Those are those 10,000 RPM Raptors. I really love those hard drives. The D drive is 160 gigabyte, 10,000 RPM Raptor. And then up front, she has, let's see if I can move her up front so you can see that. Okay, so up front, it's running a dual layer DVD, multi-read burner. This is kind of cool. This is a micro compact flash, memory stick, all kinds of different little alternatives. Each time you put something in, a little green light goes on there. You got your power, your reset. Power light is right here. The hard drive light is right there. I'm waiting for, again, like I said earlier, for the adapter bracket for that. It's a 250 megabyte zip drive. It's really only a retro thing. It's really not needed or totally useless for anything now. Most everything is thumb drive. And then the rest of it is just hollow space. Down on the bottom, it has two SATA serial ATA swappable, hot swappable boxes. And then, of course, this cool little, I don't know, put your stash in there or something. Whatever. So, installed in the system, I have a few things. Excuse the flickering. This camera, for some reason, is having a hard time lock. You know, I need to try to see if I can adjust the frequency settings for this so that it can... Because I used to be able to do videos where I didn't get this. And I think it has a lot to do with this is a new recording device for me, and I think I'm not using it correctly. So anyway, bear with me here on this. It is currently I'm running CPU-Z, so you can kind of see what we got there. It is a quad core, which is kind of cool. So it's got 4 cores, and it is an extreme. It's actually surprisingly fast. So I've got Windows Pro on it, the 32-bit edition. Plus, I've got Windows Plus, the Super Pack. I've got Chrome for Windows, GPU-Z, of course, CPU-Z, Heavy Load, Nero 7, and VLC. Those are. I'm thinking about dropping Office on it as well, but I mean, for retro gaming, we don't need it. The games that I've got installed on here are, I don't know if you could see that. We got StarCraft, Warcraft, Dawn of War, and we also have Command & Conquer: The First Decade. So let's see what it does with DAO. The intro for DAO, I just love it. I mean, I've talked about this before. Okay, here we go. Let's launch DAO and see what happens. Dawn of War. Okay, I've already showed this video before, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. But anyway, even though this is only a 512 megabyte card, and it's not a real crazy card, I mean, you notice it's not skipping, it's not dropping any frames at all. This is pretty flawless. So for retro games, it's going to run just fine. So anyway, here is my quad core Kentfield Extreme with 8 gigs of RAM. The 10,000 RPM fully loaded with 10,000 RPM Raptors and a dual layer DVD. I believe it is my finest gamer. I mean, as far as the systems that I've already built, this one's pretty nice. Kind of like it. You can get a good view of what's going on there. You can see I put one blue LED in there and one blue LED in there. You notice it's the stock CPU fan Intel, but what's really kind of cool is that actually is a blue fan. I've never seen one before. And it's also running G-Skill 8 gigabytes of 800 megahertz RAM. In the back, we've got a 700 watt rocket fish. Love those hard power supplies. The basics. The dual PS2s. Love that. COM port. Printer port. Look at that. Digital audio out. We've got Firewire out. We've got, look at that. See that glowing thing right there? It's another digital out. That's fiber optic. Yeah, baby. And of course, we've got a gigabit LAN, surround sound system. So, I mean, all in all, it's kind of cool. Cool little system. So this is, so far, I believe this is my best built gamer. And I'm actually going to allow all of my systems are going to be used by everybody in the LAN party that's coming. But I built this one just for, well, here's a hint who I built it for. Let's see. I know that this person, I'll give you a few hints. This person is definitely into aquatics of some sort. Okay, this ought to give you a real good hint. Those who know me, those who know this person, who's getting this system from the LAN party. Ha! It's an aquarium. Okay, that's a big hint right there. So I built, each system I built with a little bit of a custom flair to the identity of the person who I want to use the system. And this one I built just for him. So this is what he's going to be using at the LAN party. Aquarium for a screensaver. That ought to tell you something. Those who know this person may already know who this is. Okay, so anyway, oh, one last thing I wanted to show you. Okay, get ready for this. Are you ready? Here we go. Remember those guys? Okay, cool. All right, you guys. Like always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. This is another finished gamer going to a special LAN party participant. You guys, like always, have a great day and a better life. See ya.